Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025, and this is your critical market briefing. We are just hours away from what could be the most pivotal Federal Reserve decision of the year. The S&P 500 is stalling near all-time highs. Yields are creeping up, and President Trump just dropped a massive geopolitical bombshell regarding Nvidia and China. Plus, Bitcoin is battling to hold the $90,000 fortress. Let's dive straight into the numbers. Let's start with the scoreboard from yesterday's close. It was a classic wait-and-see session on Wall Street. The S&P 500 finished essentially flat, dipping just 0.1% to close at 6,840, showing resistance as traders awaited the Fed decision. The Dow Jones Industrial Average took a harder hit, shedding 0.4% to close at 47,650, while the Nasdaq Composite managed a small gain of 0.1% to 23,576. JPMorgan Chase shares tumbled nearly 5% after warning that 2026 expenses could rise to $105 billion, a 9% jump. On the flip side, ExxonMobil climbed 2% after upgrading its profit forecast for the next 5 years, thanks to strong output. Yesterday, the JOLTS report showed job openings for October rose to 7.7 million, the highest level since May. This suggests the labor market is not cooling as fast as some hoped, creating wage pressure and inflation concerns. Because of this hot data, the 10-year Treasury yield spiked back up to 4.18%. Today, at 2 p.m. Eastern, the Fed will release its interest rate decision, with an 87% chance of a 25 basis point cut. However, the risk lies in the dot plot, the projection of future rates. A hawkish signal could trigger a sharp sell-off. In a surprise move, President Donald Trump announced a new policy allowing Nvidia to sell its advanced H200 AI chips to approved customers in China. This pivot balances national security with the economic reality that U.S. chip makers need the Chinese market. Interestingly, Nvidia stock actually slipped 0.3% on the news, as the market is skeptical about the fine print. President Trump also threatened a 5% tariff on Mexico due to a water dispute, claiming harm to Texas agriculture. Meanwhile, Syrian President Ahmad al-Shara vowed to build a new Syria, and Russia-Ukraine peace talks remain stalled. Moving to crypto, Bitcoin is currently trading in a tight range between $90,000 and $92,000. Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy just completed another massive purchase, over 10,000 BTC for nearly $1 billion. On the regulatory side, discussions on the crypto market structure bill have resumed in Washington. Also, XRP is gaining attention after Bitwise included it in its top 10 crypto index ETF, signaling potential institutional acceptance. So, here is your game plan for today, December 10th. Do not fight the federal volume will likely be thin until 2 p.m. Watch the 10-year yield. If it cracks 4.2% on a hawkish cut, tech stocks and crypto could take a hit. Check your semiconductor exposure. Trump's Nvidia decision changes the playing field for chip exports. I'll be back tomorrow morning to break down exactly what Powell said and where we go from here. If you found this update helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe so you don't miss our deep dive into the Fed's decision tomorrow. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Fed cuts today, or do they shock the market with a pause? I want to hear your take. Thanks for watching, and happy trading.